Alrighty. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cover a few topics today. I just want to say this to those who are new to my channel or me rambling. I'm going to say some things that are for somewhat of a mature audience, and also for you issue a fatwa or whatever on me. I want you to know, listen, I picked 5 things. I probably could have did, I don't know, 20, 30 things, but I've only picked 5 things because I'm not even putting much effort into describing this stuff. Just to let you know where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? Just to let you know where I'm standing as of now. This stuff is not as important as the some of the things. I mean, some of them are, but give or take. That I'm not stressing the issue at this moment. So calm down. Alright? Calm down. If I say something that kind of ruffles your feathers, just remember to calm down. Don't go crazy and try to send comments or make videos that may warrant a response, because I will respond back 9 times out of 10. But just be that as it may, I mean, can we talk? Can I say something without having to apologize for saying it? Can there be an open dialogue where we discuss issues? Now, if you want to go over the stuff that I say, have at it. There's no hard feelings or anything, you know what I'm saying, from where I stand. You know, go over it. Now maybe, alright, I mean, okay. Now this is not really a big issue with me. It's just I hear it said a lot, and I'm not for sure where it comes from, if it's Quranic or, you know, if it's in Hadith or whatever. It's the statement, I was born Muslim. You know, I was born, and I can understand the concept if you were born and you were brought up in that type of environment, but it just kind of, with me, that's one of those things. It's like, you know what? That's not a, you know, I hear him also saying, you know, I'm one of those people who believes in progressive error. You know, like if you start off in this area thinking this way, you're almost automatically going to end up in this area thinking that way. You know, and maybe there's a better term for it. I'm sure there is. I'm just not thinking about it right now. And here it is. I hear it also said in accordance with that everybody who is born submitting to the will of Allah, and I just do not see that at all. There are people who are born with birth defects. Are we saying then that that is His will, that they are born submitting? You know, what if they you know what I'm saying? What if they're born half dead? You know, on their last leg, and they die? I mean, that goes back to His will. I believe there's those things that are His will, that He has willed to happen, and then there are those things that, you know, are chance, that He has permitted to happen. If you can follow what I'm saying, it's not something that He wanted to happen. It was just something that he permitted to happen. It was one of those things where, okay, my will is what I want to. You see what I'm saying? It's like me, for example. I want certain things to go down. I want certain things to happen. I want certain people to hear this and respond to it in a positive way. However, if you respond to it negatively, then, that's kind of out of my hands. But you get the idea of what I'm saying. But you know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that, I have room to accept. And I'm not saying that he's in that position, but I'm saying he allows certain things. That's all I'm saying. He allows certain things. The next one, I should say, the drawing Muhammad, the prophet, peace is upon him. I'm not understanding. Is there, I always go back, is there a Quranic verse, or is there a hadith or something that says do not draw the prophet? Is that what you're going, is that what we're going off of? Because like I said before, if I'm a Muslim, I'm a Quranic Muslim. And if it's not in the Quran, if it's not in the Quran, for your sake, if it's not in the Quran or a hadith, excuse me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, whatever, but if it's not in either, what is the big deal? Respond. Seriously. Here's my take. I've done research in genetics, not a whole lot, but I have noticed that if a person has an offspring, their offspring tends to almost look identical to that person. In other words, somewhere on this earth, there may be maybe 20, 30 people who in reality, if the prophet were here, you could pair them up and say, this person looks exactly like the prophet. That's just the way the Lord or Allah has ordained things. That's no, you know what I'm saying? That's just the way things are. And they even say, even with me, they say everybody has a twin. So no matter how you know what I mean, try to not have somebody that resembles or try, no matter how you try not to create an image of the prophet, there is one out there alive and living who probably is one of his descendants just by nature, just naturally looks like the man himself. It may be in more ways, maybe even a spitting image of him. There is someone back in that time, to my knowledge, who wrote a description of what he looks like. You know what I'm saying? And when I read the description, I was like, that kind of sounds like one of these, brothers I met. And I couldn't help but think that, because it was almost identical, you know what I'm saying, description of somebody, of a lot of people I saw that was Arabian. It's like, that's, like I said, that's just, something with me that it's like I'm not understanding the big deal there. And maybe too, because, I know what the biblical standpoint is. The biblical standpoint is you don't draw God. You can draw anybody, You don't draw God and worship Him. But for nothing do you make an image to Him. If on the wise end, you can, making an image and worshiping. That's what the book said. It was like the highlight was really on the worship aspect. But the angels, anybody, Gabriel, whatever, don't even matter, but it's not that big a deal as long as you don't worship. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, that's that. But, so it's kind of, to me, it seems like putting Muhammad on a God level. When God didn't really put him on that level. In fact, He made people that looks like him on the earth. The hadith. And now I want to go over the hadith. Alright, the next one. This will be the next one. The hadith. Okay, here's the thing. I'm just going to keep it real with you. Okay, the Quran is unchanged. For no reason, it's unadulterated, straight from the mouth of God. Okay, I accept that. If I accept that, alright? It doesn't cover the hadith, it just doesn't. That's why I say I can see myself as a Quranic Muslim. But when it comes down to the hadith, the authentic, this group has this sect, this group has this sect, this group has let's get what the Lord wanted people to know first. That's how I'm looking at it. Let's get that under control. Let us understand what that is and what that says first. And I know a lot of people is kind of, for a lot of Muslims, that's kind of a big statement. But in reality, I'm looking at it like, what if Allah didn't want all of that stuff written? He didn't want people to go off of that. He wanted them to go off of something else. You know what I'm saying? If He didn't tell them to write it, then why did they write it? Follow what I'm saying? Are we going off of what we feel we should? Just like I tell people, from my studies, the Quran said record, recite or read, meaning that it was already wrote down and then recite. If He didn't, somehow want it written, but He just wanted it to go from, mouth to mouth, then writing it down may not be a crime, but at the same time, the importance is not on reading or having a book. The importance is on being able to recite the book. You know what I'm saying? And that's just, like I said, I'm just going over a few things. Okay, the next one. Alright, the next one is this one. Alright, this one right here. The next one is, and I don't know where it's at. I don't know if it's Quranic or Hadith. I don't remember reading it. When I say that, what I'm saying is I read the Quran a couple, through, and probably halfway through, in other bits and pieces here and there, probably would equate to 2.5 times, but all the way through. Trust me. I just do not see where. Okay, I met a brother. I just tell you, I met a brother. He had his pants up, and I guess he couldn't. And you all know where it's at. And like I told you, I didn't do the studying for it. I could have did the study and came at you with. But I'm trying to talk to a mature audience here, and you know what I'm talking about. How a brother, he wouldn't have his pants dragging against the floor. It had something to do with the devil or something like that. And okay, and I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, all right, this brother, he don't want his pants touching the floor. All right, because he got something to do with the devil. Okay, all right, if that's the belief, that's the belief. All right, I'm not going, you know what I'm saying? I have to look into that. But when I turn around and I see a Muslimah with her whole entire dress dragging on the floor, then I'm thinking like, wait a minute, you know what I'm saying? How is that? What if she's married to that brother? Those little two legs drag with that little bit of stuff on his legs dragging compared to her whole dress dragging. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, and I'm gonna be honest with you, sisters, men are not attracted to women's shoes like that. I mean, give or take, if they got on a nice pair of shoes, a man would be like, wow, those are nice shoes. But it's not a sexual thing. I mean, a man to woman, if you're listening, women's shoes does not turn men on. It doesn't turn a lot of men on. Okay? So if your dress is above your shoes, that will not turn men on. Most men will not even think anything less of, not less, but they will not think anything special about you because you have your ankle showing. I mean, not bare, you hear what I'm saying? But you have on some socks or something, your shoes and your socks. That's not a, you know what I'm saying, a eye turner. Men don't turn their head to see a lady's shoes with their socks. That's not, you know what I mean? Seriously, I'm just saying, why is there a double standard? In other words, a man can't have on pants that touch the ground, and mind you, only the back part of his pants will probably touch the ground for the most part. Unless you're wearing the old, hippie style pants. But other than that, the rest of it is off the ground. But here, your whole dress. That just, you know what I mean? That's just, it seems like something is wrong with that logic. And I'm not pointing the finger at anybody, but I mean, it should be there. I can see a message in all of the stuff that is believed, but I keep thinking a lot of stuff has been misunderstood. It just has been misunderstood. All right, now this is. I'm probably not even. I should have probably did a little more accurate. I probably should have did a little more studying on this last but not least. I probably should have did a little more studying. Okay. Anyway, I'm just gonna do it. All right, I'm just gonna do it. There's a belief, and I don't know. Like I said, I haven't read it in the Quran. And I know there's probably some good morals behind it. I'm almost certain that I can see the concept and what have you, but my camera might cut off, so have mercy. I will be back. But last but not least, the oppression of women. Okay. I'm not talking the hijab. I'm not talking the wearing of the burqa or the long dress. Okay. I'm talking with the vagina mutilation. Okay, where, and I'm just going to say V. That way you can feel safe. Or the V mutilation, where I've seen where they cut off, parts of a female's V. Bear with me. I'm just saying. Now that is oppression. That is oppression. And the concept, okay, and let's go into it. I mean, we talk. This is we talking. You cut off a lady's pleasure parts. All right, and you do not think that is oppression. Now let's look at it from a God standpoint. All right. You say that everybody is born Muslim. All right. Let's just look at it from that concept. Okay. If a woman is born, if every woman on this earth is born with the ability to have pleasure in intercourse, and you try to take that away, do you not think that is going against the will of Allah or not? I mean, seriously. Is there not something wrong with the thought that women are born with a defect? That's exactly what you're saying. That they are born to have pleasure and they were not supposed to. That's what you're saying. And in saying that, you're not saying that they are born as Muslim. No matter how you look at that, that is exactly what you're saying. But I'm gonna tell you really why that troubles me. Because that's not love. And maybe it is for you, but I just don't see how a man should be able to have all the enjoyment out of the relationship with his wife, and she's just supposed to be there taking, she's just supposed to be there doing what? Really? Mentally, where should her mind be in the process? It's just that I see love as in both of you are equally enjoying yourself. You understand what I'm saying? And that's just, I cannot come to grips with that. Overseas, in America, anywhere in the world, the concept of doing something. Now, if she wants to do that on her own, that's one thing. But for men or somebody, the law to demand that it get cut parts of her gets cut off, I am not with that. In fact, if I was into protesting, I would protest that anywhere on this planet. I can't believe that. That's crazy, man. Seriously. I had to check. Alright. I'm done. You can make videos, talk to me, whatever. Keep it adult, mature. God's love.